All right, Coach. First off, congratulations on the win, 40-21 over New Mexico Highlands. I'll just first start off and get your thoughts on the game.
Well, I thought we did a lot of good stuff. I think we shut them out in the second half. I think they're skilled guys and their quarterback, we're probably as good as we'll play. So, I was glad that we came out in the second half and kept them out of the end zone. Still too many mistakes. The late touchdown, I have to see that on film where they stripped the ball from our running back. You hate to see stuff like that, but still we got a lot of young guys making young guy mistakes. And so we've still got to get that, keep working on that. That never stops, but winning football games is really hard. And so anytime you get one of those done, you got to be proud and happy for your program, and that evens our record at 2-2. And I still think we're making progress. We got to get smarter. Still too many penalties on the defensive side on third down, and we make a great play, and then they get they get another fresh set of downs, and usually it seems like it's in the backfield, and we're not figuring out a way to stay off the quarterback there. That's happened several times, but still too many mistakes, but hey, it's a good win.
Guys, one of the staples of this, run since it started in 2018 was getting off to a fast start. You did that again, 4 plays, and I think almost 150 yards, a little over 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. How much does it help to get off to a fast start like you did tonight?
Yeah, it's huge. There's no question. And so, I thought especially it was important tonight against the Mexico Highlands. They had a long trip, and I thought if we could come out and have some good tempo about ourselves and get off to a fast start, that would be really helpful. And so, I thought defensively we kind of bent but didn't break, and that was our plan going into it. Try to keep from giving those guys a big play. And I think we did that all except for one shot that they took. But their quarterback's really accurate, hard to sack, and got a really quick release. He's a good player.
You mentioned defensively, you saw a couple of guys pop up, guys like Greg Eggleston Jr. making plays for you guys, and you got turnovers. That's a big part of it too, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no question. We've got young guys out there all over the place, and so and they're making some plays. They're also making some mistakes. So we've got to coach those guys really hard and get them to grow up a little quicker. So had a lot of guys make a lot of plays, and so still though, we had 2 touchdowns where the ref signaled touchdown, and because of a penalty, a bad alignment on one, and then a pass interference on our receiver on another. And we got to look at the film on that, but we're really close to being really, really good in a lot of ways, but we're keep shooting ourselves in the foot.
Penalties were one of the things that kind of came and got you last week, but you talked on your show and even before on our interview before the game today, you talked about how you were really concentrating on some of those pre-snap penalties. Do you feel like you did a better job of that tonight? I
think so. We had one down in the scoring zone there late. I think we did do better than that. And so, that's what's, really, really hard to swallow. I mean, to me, that's what's really bad coaching is when you get penalties before the snap, just guys not being focused. So you got to have those, you got to be able to eliminate those. We're working hard at that. Guys playing really hard in between the snaps. That's just technique and fundamentals, and we got to work on that as well.
You had a couple of guys out offensively. Jay McDonald's one of those guys. He started at running back for you the last couple of weeks. Daniel Wright Jr. has kind of split carries with him. He and Skinner tonight kind of towed the rock for you, both over 100 yards. How big is it for that next man up at the running back position to take the ball and tote it like they did tonight?
Well, really, for us, it all starts offensively, running the football. We throw it a good bit as well, but for us to reach our goals and to be the type of offense we'd like to be, we got to be able to run it. So anytime we can do that, I'm pleased.
Had a big play on special teams tonight. Had the big 99-yard return by Dre Robinson. Again, a guy that steps into a position. I don't think he had a punt or a kickoff return yet this year until that first one that he got. And then he has a 99-yarder in the game. Can you talk about what you saw in that play?
Yeah, he almost broke one earlier, I thought, in the game. So good to see him have some success. So, really proud of him. He's worked hard and is doing well for us. I'm not sure what's happening. We got somebody else. On our line. But I'm glad to see him do well. We had a penalty in the kicking game early in the game, and I think other than that, we were fairly clean. They've got some really dangerous return guys. Disappointed that we didn't kick the ball a little better. We missed an extra point in a field goal. I think we left 4 points out there that just, should be kind of automatic. And Goose has been kicking the ball, I think, pretty well most of the season. But to win these close games, and we're certainly going to have them. You got to be rock solid and knock that ball through the uprights. And normally he does a really good job for us there.
As you look towards next week, it'll be your longest trip of the year, at least to this point. You'll head out to Eastern Kentucky for a game there. What do you need to do moving forward to keep things going?
We got to keep trying to get healthy. I don't remember having this much trouble with injuries in some time. So we have been blessed, I think, over the years. But right now we have some injury issues, and we've got to get some guys back. We got to do a good job traveling. Anytime you charter an airplane and fly across the country, you got to make sure that the trip doesn't beat you. And I think we'll do fine with that. We've got good senior leadership, that'll help these young guys. A lot of them will be their first time to travel. So we'll do a good job with that. We've got to have a good week of practice. And if we get a little better at some of these little things that are killing us, we'll have a pretty good team.
All right, Coach. Appreciate the time. Congratulations on a 40-21 win over New Mexico Highlands tonight.
Charles, do you have a question for Coach?
Oh, yes, sir. Sorry about the noise. Congratulations on your win. First of all, how did you feel about your run game tonight against New Mexico?
I thought we ran it pretty well. I was pleased. A couple of times we weren't able to finish. And we thought going into the game, we were going to need to run the ball, control the line of scrimmage, control the clock a little bit. And I'm not sure exactly how well we ran it. We had two backs over 100 yards. So that's awfully good for us. So really pleased with that.
Thank you, Coach.
So visiting with Texans running back Daniel Wright Jr. And first off, congratulations on the win, 40-21 over the New Mexico Highlands Cowboys. And off to a fast start. You finish with, I think it was on the night, 142 yards and 2 touchdowns. And both those touchdowns came early for you. Can you talk about, 15 carries, 142 yards, average of almost 10 yards a carry? What was going well for you guys tonight running the ball?
I feel like we were just blocking effectively and going into the game with a proper game plan as far as what we practiced throughout the week. And we went out there and executed throughout the game. Started off fast, just like we wanted to, but we just had to keep it going throughout the game. We slowed down a little bit, but towards the end, we was able to get it back up to tempo.
You had to step up a little bit more tonight as Jay McDonald, the guy that's kind of been primarily in the backfield with you most of the year, was out tonight. Did you take a little bit more, on yourself tonight? Hey, I got to step up and do a little bit more. Or you just try to go play by play?
No, not at all, because we still had Raheem out there and DK, so it was just still a good backs, and we had a nice rotation going. So I wasn't too worried because we got a nice backfield. So I knew I didn't have to worry about a whole lot being on my plate. It's just gonna be up to the team finishing the game and coming out with a win.
The running back, you always got to give credit to those guys up front blocking for you. You got big guys like Kendall Dirth and Austin Whitehead pulling around. What's it like running behind some big guys like that?
It's good. Texas, like they say, everything bigger, and the linemen definitely bigger than some of the linemen I ever played with. So it's definitely good sometimes because I can just hide behind them and be a little slower than usual. So I can just bounce out the holes and catch the defenses off guard.
Last week, you had a big play in the game against Southern Utah, scored a touchdown late in that contest. One of the things that Coach and I talked about throughout the week was the penalties and fixing some of those things. What was his message to you guys coming into the game as far as regards to penalties and cutting those back?
It's unacceptable having that many, throughout the year or throughout the season, as a team, you probably have a few penalties throughout the game, but just having as many as we did last week, and from game 1 to game 3, them going up in the numbers rather than decreasing was just not good. So that was one of our goals this week going into the game, to decrease that and make sure we didn't have yards on the field being taken away from us from poor choices or just making bad mistakes and shooting ourselves in the foot.
I mentioned that catch, and I wanted to get to it too. I thought about the penalties, but you made that catch last week. You seem to be a guy that's been getting the ball out of the backfield, catching it. You didn't do so much of it tonight. I think 2 catches for 29 yards. But is that something that you're comfortable doing?
Yeah, all the time. I'm very comfortable catching the ball. And just as a back, I feel like you need to do that. You need to show yourself that you can be a blocker, a runner, and a catcher. You just got to be an all-around ball player. So being able to catch the ball at the backfield is very good because it can elevate the offense and take you guys to a different level where you can use more guys rather than just the wide receivers out there. You'll have a guy in the backfield that you also can use.
You head out to Kentucky this week. You guys got a week of practicing out to Kentucky. Anything you're looking forward to and going to Kentucky and playing Eastern Kentucky and Richmond next weekend?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to traveling with the team. It's going to be our first time traveling out of state with this team. So I'm just looking forward to see how that's going to go, being on a flight and getting used to playing in a different atmosphere because I never played in, obviously, a state like Kentucky. So just getting used to going out there and continue to do what we're doing and hopefully come out there. Not hopefully, we will come out of there with that dub. So, just continue executing the team.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much. That's Daniel Wright Jr., running back, 15 carries, 142 yards, and 2 touches today. Thanks for taking the time, and congrats on a 40-21 win, Daniel.
Thank you. Appreciate it.